Let's talk about linear functions. Linear function give rises to straight line in the graph, right? So we write in this way: y equals to f of x. That's the functional notation. And mx plus c would be the general representation of linear function. Okay, you can just simply think this as y equals mx plus c, and you already know that's an equation of straight line. Okay, where this m is slope and this c is y-intercept. Here I should stress that m, slope, is the rate of change. It gives us inclination of the straight line about x-axis. Okay, now this slope, since being a real number, it can be either greater than 0 or less than 0, or it can be equals 0. Now in the first case, if we have the first case, then the function increases, the straight line increases from left hand side to right. So this increases. Or simply you can say that this linear function is an increasing one. Its graph would be something just like this one. So for m is greater than 0. Okay, so that's for 1. Now for 2, it decreases. So the straight line would be something just like this. M is less than 0. So that's negative slope. Now finally, m equals to 0, it is constant. The function is constant. Since if you plug in 0 in here, then 0 times x is 0. So you will be getting y equals c, which is a straight line just like this for m equals to 0. This fact is very essential whenever we graph a linear function, okay? Especially by using intercept and slope. Okay, let's go for a few examples how to graph linear functions. Let us graph this linear function, which is y equals to fx equals to negative 2 by 3 x plus 5. Now let us compare this function with the standard slope intercept form, which is mx plus c. So m equals to negative 2 over 3 and c is 5. Okay, so c is 5 means that's the y-intercept, and m is negative 2 over 3. That's the slope. Okay, now we would like to use y-intercept at first and then slope in the second to come up with a graph of the straight line. So c equals to 5, you go for 5, positive 5 as y-intercept. 2, 4, this is somewhere here, 5. Okay, so that's the y-intercept. And next point can be gotten from the idea of slope. Now we know that this slope represents rise over run. Rise means the movement in vertical axis and run means movement in the horizontal axis. So rise is negative 2 units. So that means you need to go negative 2 units. So this is 5, 4, this will be 3. So we are stopped here right now. And 3, that's the run, positive 3 in horizontal distance. So that would be 1, 2, 3 somewhere here. Okay, so this is the second point. Now let us join these 2 points. Okay, so that's our equation. Y equals negative 2 by 3 x plus 5. So that's our equation. Now let's take another linear function and graph it. It is y equals to g of x equals 3x minus 2. Again, the slope is m equals to 3. Intercept is y equals to negative 2. So let's plot c equals to negative 2. It should be somewhere here. Okay, so that's c equals to negative 2 for g of x. And 3x, and 3 is the slope. So we don't have a fraction in here to come up with rise and run, that idea. Okay, so I can write 3 by 1 for 3. Okay, so this is rise and this is run. 3 units upward, 3 units in the vertical axis. So that means 3 unit means this is 2 unit and 1 unit upward, that's 3 units. Then after that, in the denominator we have 1, that's 1 unit in the horizontal distance. So this would be another point. So join these 2 points. Thus we got another straight line which is given by y equals to g of x. Okay, that was y equals f. So this is the way how you graph linear functions. Now, final note on these kinds of standard equation of line. Okay. Now, we would always want to convert this standard equation to this form, slope-intercept form, such that it will be much easier for us to graph the straight lines. If you have an equation in this form, slope-intercept form, then it's possible for us to just look at the y-intercept and slope to plot the graph of this line. Okay, so for this one, why don't we go for just the slope and just the y-intercept? Here, the slope would be negative x coefficient, that's negative a over b. That would be our slope. Okay, now if you try to convert this graph to this one, if you want to convert this equation to this one, then you just consider the slope. You will be getting the slope is m equals negative x coefficient, which is a, by y coefficient, which is b. And y-intercept, it's c over b. C over b is the y-intercept. Then using these two facts of the straight line, then you can easily graph the equation of the straight line.